Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So we just finished season 2. Season 2. Episode 2. Scarlett's eating steak.
Uh-huh.
Their birthday steak. Or our birthday steak.
Yeah.
Let me put your hat on. There you go. Who's so happy eating their birthday steak?
Mm-hmm.
So we just watched a Corpsesicle. Because that's basically what the episode deals with.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the episode?
That was pretty good.
I'm still forming thoughts.
I wasn't expecting that one guy to be still alive.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
But that was spoilers. Let's...
Oh. Well, you said not to worry about spoilers.
I said, you usually have like a minute or two buffer, and then you go into it. But yeah, whatever. So yeah, one of the dudes in the Corpsesicle is somehow alive, and I can't figure that out.
But he's like in a coma or whatever, so it doesn't
like because some dude accidentally pulls his arm off, and it's as brittle as glass, and then the dude starts screaming. Now here's what I can't figure out, because his arm was underneath the ice when they did that, and they were chipping away.
Yeah.
If that happened. Or it was everything broke. So his whole body would have had to have been that cold. Including his brain. Heart. He's dead. I can't... It wasn't like it was just his arm was in the cold part. He was naked in the body. I mean, his whole body... I don't know. Didn't expect the dude to start screaming in the middle of the corpse pile. Everybody else not so lucky. Apparently they were dead.
Also, I'm high-key mad at the mom, the police lady, because her kid is native.
We haven't gotten to that yet.
Well, I want...
We have to... You can't just keep jumping around.
Okay, well, they found the person... They found, the people in the ice or whatever, and now they're trying to chip them out. But they're trying to be very careful about it.
So then they had to take over an ice rink, because they have to thaw them out at 38 degrees, no higher. They have to keep it at a constant temperature of 38 degrees.
Yeah.
But they don't have any place to do this, because Ennis is an itty-bitty town. So they took over the local ice rink for 2 days. And then moved the Corpsesicle in there. And so then we can get to that. She leaves, tells her daughter to go off with one of the cops' wife. He's I don't remember what his name is. He doesn't look old enough to have he looks a lot young. He feels a lot younger than apparently he is, because he has a wife and a kid.
Yeah. I mean, you could get married.
His wife looks a lot older than he does. But also he seems to be very friendly with the sheriff's daughter. Like they've known each other a long while. But the sheriff's daughter is 17.
Well, they said that he babysitted her.
I guess so.
When he was younger.
He looks really young. He doesn't look old enough to be on the police force.
He looks like he's fresh cadet. Like fresh off
Well, he's not a cadet. He's a deputy. So
out of the academy. Well, he probably knows her.
I think you have to be in the academy to be a deputy.
I don't know.
It depends on how it works. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
But yeah, like he's pretty young, but he's also like...
Well, he's asking questions because apparently Liz has this grand history or whatever. But besides that, Liz is also really weird and racist at times.
Oh yeah.
Despite having an Inuit daughter, who then when she goes to pick her up, because she was playing hockey at the ice rink, says, "No, you need to go with what's her head, and stay at their house. I'll come pick you up later." But then here's the fucked up part. Does that, and then tells the dude's the wife's husband, like, "No, you can't go home. Take care of your kids. I'm gonna go take care of my kid, but you can't do that."
Yeah.
Well, it's so fucked up. And then rightfully so, when she gets there and to pick her up, the dude's wife is pissed.
Yeah, I'd be too.
It's like, why the fuck did you tell him he couldn't come home just to give his kid a bath? Like,
yeah, he's watching dead bodies. That's what he's doing. Like, he's
guarding
the...
but like, you could watch them for a second. Your 17-year-old daughter could, I don't know, walk herself home or something, or just stay here for a little bit.
Well, I wouldn't let her walk home by herself.
She did get in trouble for making a sex tape. But it's like, I don't know.
There's a murderer out there.
Maybe. We're not totally sure there's a murderer out there.
Going out there.
Or just stay there for a little while. Stay there for a little while. I'll watch. Here's perfect idea. I'll watch the bodies. You go home, you give your kid a bath, who's like 3, If you kid,
and then take her home.
Yeah, get a kid a bath, put him to bed, tuck him in, do your dad shit, then come back and with my child.
Also grab like a meal or something because he was like sitting at that brink for a long time.
Liz is a weird character because they're an asshole for no reason.
Yeah, she's like weirdly racist at times.
Sometimes, well, I feel like it's like a camaraderie racism at points, but I also can't tell because sometimes it's just like that shit with the. So she goes to get her daughter and they use marker to put the tattoo of. I'm not even gonna attempt to say what it's called. There's just
it's a Inuit tattoo.
Native tattoo. Not just the Inuits. There's a lot of different tribal cultures that do that chin tattoo underneath the lip.
Yeah.
I know.
It's the 3 lines.
Polynesians do it.
4 lines.
There's a few U.S. tribes that do it that are actually well known for it. I can't think of their names.
A lot of Native people do that, and then she got mad about it. She was like, but then
she was mad. It's like she's like, don't put that shit on your chin, and she's like, and they're like, she just want to learn more about her heritage. It's like you don't get to tell me blah blah, and I'm like, listen here, white woman.
I would just be more concerned. Like, tell me first, so I.
It's
know.
a marker. I don't give a shit. Like if they were sitting there with like a sharp stick and we're beating it, like then that's a problem. But the problem is that you were doing that to a kid. Not that had nothing to do with heritage. I'd have been mad, been like, hey, don't tattoo my kid. When they're 18, they make their own decisions or whatever, or at least out of high school. That's different. But tell me, or tell me first or something like that. But if it's just a marker, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But she seemed to be more upset.
Because the grandmother, she was like saying, "Oh, it's just marker." She just wanted to see like what was going on.
What it looked like.
Yeah.
She might want it in the future. There's no problem.
Yeah.
It ain't like she was doing some weird, backwoods tattoo setup. Some prison tattoo shit. It was just, we just wanted to see what it looked like. With permanent marker. Alright, cool.
Yeah, I don't really understand that because, like...
I think she might be upset. Because we don't know about her past, but we know she was married to an Inuit man. They seemed to love each other very, very much. They had a kid who she loved a lot. So I wonder... Now, you can be married to someone of the other race and still be a racist piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot.
Happens all the time.
Happens all the time. But there seems to be a little bit more going on than that. I wonder if it has... Because we don't know how he died.
Mm-hmm.
We just know he died. We also know that their marriage was a bit tumultuous.
Also, the little kid died. Or something like that.
No, that's her kid. They just hadn't grown up yet.
Oh. I thought she had... Never mind.
No, that was just years ago. Before
I was so
he died
confused.
a long, long time ago. Somehow, and then she grew up and they had to raise him. My question is like, how do you get married into a culture and not realize that there's going to be some cultural shit?
Yep.
I don't get it. Like, you don't have to understand it. You don't have to even partake in it. But you got to know that it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I saw a lot of weird shit when I was married to my ex-wife. Stuff because we didn't do. I wasn't grew up. I was probably prepared than most whitish, most white people because I grew up in Texas and on a job site.
Oh yeah.
I got to learn a lot of things. A lot of people don't know because I was around Mexicans 24/7. But I'd never been to a quinceañera before.
Oh really? I haven't.
Not at that point. Not at that point in time. There were one I just never invited. I didn't care to go. So I
didn't
saw.
want to invite you.
There were some things, and they did a very traditional quinceañera because her parents were very fresh. In terms, they weren't. Joanna was born in Mexico,
Dang.
and then they got here in 2003. So they hadn't been here that long.
That was the year I was born.
I hadn't been here that long. And it was her sister's quinceañera. Now, her sister's born in the U.S., but everybody there didn't speak in English. It was me and one uncle that spoke English, and then we would just talk all because it was the only person I could talk to, and he's a truck driver. And there was like a thing when they're like dancing with a doll or something like that, and I had to like, what the hell is this? This is weird. So and she said, this is them. This is a dance. It's about. She's a woman now, so it's passing on her childhood. I'm like, oh, I get it. I'd never seen that before, so I didn't know what the fuck that is. If you took that completely out of context, it looked weird as fuck. There's all kinds of stuff but But it's like, was it wrong? No, I just didn't know it. I get culture shock within my own fucking culture. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
and you know, and Irish shit, you find out weird shit every day. It's also just not everybody knows everything. Was I shocked? No. Was I think it was wrong? No. It's like I just didn't know what it was. Tell me what. Okay. Did I think it needed to be stopped? No. So like, but I was prepared for that. Like I knew I was probably gonna see some stuff, hear some stuff because I'd never been to a quinceanera. There was also a bunch of other stuff that I'd never been to. Their family's very very close in a way that my family isn't. My family's close, but in a different not so much.
I want to go to a Mexican party so bad. I've heard so many good things.
It gets a little annoying.
Well, like they last until like 2 in the morning.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah, even if it's like a family event, like it doesn't matter. It's like until 2 in the morning. Yeah,
I say it gets a little annoying because I couldn't talk to anybody there, so I was and I'm autistic, so I was very much like just in my corner.
Well,
it's like I'm gonna be here for the next 8 hours.
Well, my mom was a part of the Mexican culture. I don't know if she's like Mexican or not, but she's like part of the culture. So like,
but
I got to experience a lot of stuff like that, like the rules, the traditions.
But my point being is like, I knew that I was gonna. It was a Mexican family. I was not surprised that there was gonna be Mexican shit. That's a little weird. If I was like, how dare there be Mexicans at this Mexican, but that would be weird. So it's like, and if we'd had kids, that's something we talked about a lot. It's like, how are we going to navigate that? Mm-hmm. And my response was, I don't care. I'm more worried about the world that they're going to be in. I don't care about what we teach them.
You still have to, like...
I'm more worried about the world because there's a real good chance, especially with my genes, they're going to come out looking browner than you. So that was like, I guess you haven't seen my dad. My dad... Like, they're going to look exactly like me, and they're going to be very dark complected. And we were married during the Trump years, so I was very, very scared. I was like, that's what I was scared about. I was like, quinceanera, let's do it, whatever. I hope to God have the money. We'll figure some shit out. All that. Teach them Spanish. That's cool. Good. They need to be bilingual. That'll get them ahead. Yeah, I'm more worried about them disappearing. That was my... Yeah. I was so far into the, oh my God, the world's falling down part that I didn't give a shit.
I feel like there's a responsibility on the parents to, like, teach their children about their heritage. Because, like, whenever I would ask my mom, like, oh, where am I from? That type of thing. Because I was born in Hawaii, but I'm not Hawaiian. So, and I didn't...
I know what you are.
I didn't stay there long enough for it, like, to be in the culture. And, like, I was only there for 3-4 years, maybe. And our family is, like, everybody lies about where they're born, apparently.
I think your family's just full of psychopaths. I'm thinking your family is just bad people.
Well, my grandmother, she's like from Europe. She's like from Russia or somewhere like that. And she's the only grandparent that I know. Like, the rest are dead or they're living with other murderers. My other grandmother, who's alive on my father's side, she's living with they're married now, but he's not my grandfather. He's the one who killed my real grandfather. And apparently he was native.
We need this episode of True Detective.
Yeah.
But regardless of all this crazy bullshit that has nothing to do with the show, my point...
Okay, well, it relates.
My point being is, I don't know why she's so upset that their 17-year-old daughter would be wanting to know more about her culture and try shit out. I mean, who gives a fuck, right? That's very strange to me. I'm more worried about my 17-year-old daughter who does not trust me at all and keeps sneaking out and making porn of underage girls. That's a problem. Yeah. That's a problem we need to address. Because we're in love, blah blah. Shut the fuck up. You don't look. That's not the point. The point is you are 1 year off of not being a minor anymore. And the second that happens and there's a sex tape of you and a 15-year-old girl, which is already weird, that's like high-level child pornography. You're going to prison for a very long time.
Yeah. Also, the fact that, like, even if she was because she is sneaking out and sneaking around and stuff, I'd be like, hey, tell me first if you're going to go hang out with your girlfriend or something. Because there's a murderer going
obviously, around. Obviously, they don't have that type of relationship.
Yeah.
Yelling about that Christmas tree and shit.
Oh, yeah, screaming about the dang Christmas tree. I was like...
And then yelling at the native women about their... Like, laundromat grandma. Like,
Yeah.
and saying all kinds of shit. But they would say racist stuff to that one girl because they used to be partners. And the reason I'm like, this is but I don't feel it as the hatred type. And this doesn't mean that it's right, but if you're a partner with somebody,
Yeah.
if you're friends with them, you're going to say weird shit. Just because, and they're going to say horrible shit to you, and you're going to say horrible shit to them. That's just what you do. Sometimes it's just to pass the time. I'm guilty of that, just as anybody else is. I feel like there was some of that, because if they didn't know it, if they hadn't been partners, I don't think she would have said something so outrageously racist to them when they walked into their office. I feel that there would have been like a meeting, and like we can't say stuff like that, Jodie Foster. Like, we...
Well, it's so obscene and out of the place. Like, her racism just kind of pops up, and it's so casual.
But when it was with the grandmother, that was like, there's something else there. But I wonder if it's not racism. Because, like I said, we don't know much about the dad yet, and he passed away, and she obviously is dealing with some trauma. Because in the first episode, when that Beatles song was playing, she was losing her fucking mind. And we got a flashback that showed that she was listening to that.
And like a car wreck or something?
Well, we saw the car wreck, but we only saw some of the car wreck, but we got a flashback where she was playing with her daughter when she was real little, listening to that song. And then we got information saying that her and her dad used to dance a lot to old music.
Yeah.
Because her dad was like a stoner. So I'm like, I wonder if it has something to do with that. So I just kind of doubt that they would make the main character of the show just a really bad person for no reason.
Yeah, weirdly, just racist.
Like, were Woody and Matthew weirdly racist for no reason?
I don't think so.
I remember, Woody's character...
They were problematic.
Yeah, well, problematic as fuck, and Woody Harrelson was cheating on his wife the whole time and everything, but I don't remember him being... And we were in the 90s, so they absolutely could have been like 90s Louisiana police. There could have been some shit. Yeah, they were being interviewed by black guys the whole time. He never said anything. Oh, he said a coon dog. And they got mad at him, and he goes, no, hunting raccoons. That's what we did. And, which is true, as someone who's done that.
Well, there was, oh, sorry for interrupting. But, I mean, it could be racist, but I don't really know. There was, like, a scene where they went to one of the churches, and it was a predominantly black church.
I don't remember the predominantly black church. I remember the tent revival.
No, they went to the church because the preachers was like, hey, this person left, like, a dead cat on our doorway thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, they did investigate that, though. But the police were being racist, but I meant the two characters. I can't remember their fucking names. Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, the actors. Yeah. Were they weirdly racist? Like, Matthew McConaughey was being weird as fuck, and
he was being freaky, but
obviously Woody Harrelson's character has some family issues.
Yeah.
Him cheating on his wife and shit all the time, and him being kind of not a great dad.
Yeah, misogynist.
But was he a monster?
No.
Jodie Foster's character, Liz, is interesting because I can't tell. It's like, is it trauma, or does she just also not like natives? Like, where's this?
Some good writing, though. We can't really tell.
Why did she not want her daughter to have that on them? Like, I wonder if we're gonna find out like that's how they all died or something. Like maybe she's trying to keep her away from that because she thinks maybe she is just a racist and like that's it. But I doubt it because her partner, I think, is Inuit and black, or her old partner. They had a falling out. We don't know what that falling out was.
Yeah. I'm eating my mac and cheese.
Maybe she's not. Maybe she's not black, but she's a lot darker complected, and looks different than her supposed sister.
Yeah.
But she could just be darker complected. But like, I actually don't know the actress. I'm about to look that up. But like, it's like there's definitely other people who don't like him in the town, but like Liz's character is strange because there's a weird like fear and hatred behind it that doesn't seem like racism. It's like she's trying to keep her daughter away from something that she's afraid of.
Yeah.
And then we keep hearing that Ennis has this. Apparently, Ennis is spooky.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, dead people. It's
Oh, they pop up.
Even the dead people get bored. It's like, what the fuck does that mean? Like. And everybody's just kind of nonchalant about it. And then...
I mean, how else do you react to that? You can't...
Her partner also has a... Her partner... I keep saying partner, but they're not partners anymore, so I don't know. Ex-partner or whatever. The one in the state troopers.
Yeah.
She has a backstory we don't know about yet. Apparently something happened with their mom. Her mom lost her fucking mind.
And she joined the military and stuff and saw some fucked up shit.
We did see that. That dude who had half a head. That was...
Yep.
That was nuts. Yep. But, and then she keeps hooking up with the guy who owns the bar and takes care of the Huskies.
Yeah.
He's not... And then steals his toothbrush.
Yeah. I was like... Is she abusive or something? But then I'm like, wait, no, well...
Maybe that's just their dynamic.
Yeah.
Now that we've seen more of them, it seems like they have more of a relationship and dynamic.
Yeah, because I was like, is
in that episode it made it seem like it was a random hookup or something like that, but now it seems like because she hangs around more.
Yeah.
He asked her if she was going to come back, and she said no, and then she decided to later and scared the shit out of him when he was in the bathtub jerking it with his candles.
That's the way to do it.
You watching porn? What kind of porn do you watch? Shut up! Can we just I don't know, cuddle and watch a movie? A porn movie? And get the hell out of my house! No. That was the most realistic scream I've ever seen of someone walking up on someone when they don't know you're there. Because he was taking a bath and he goes underneath the water and comes out and he wipes his face out and she's standing there. And he feels her before he sees her and he lets out this scream that is so funny but so real. Yeah. I wonder if he didn't know.
Yeah, and then it's just so weird that this flesh mound ice thing where all the bodies are in. Ugh, I hate that.
And then Liz goes to talk to that geologist at the high school. And he kicks all the kids out of there. And he's like, you can't be doing this. I work here now. She's like, not for that. And I'm like, Liz, have you fucked everybody in this town? Every man that she goes to that's like, no, not right now. I got work to do. And she's like, I'm trying to do my job. I'm not trying to fuck you.
Yeah,
I'm like, are you just the loose sheriff? Is that...
Well, I thought it was, them being misogynistic towards her at first, and then I was like,
she apparently has fucked everybody in this small
also,
Alaskan town.
Also, that's gross. Don't say that, bro. That's gross.
What? That's what she's done. She's fucked everybody in that town.
No, I was talking about you said loose. That's gross. Stop talking about that.
That a loose woman? That's the what? Oh, that's too much for you.
Promiscuous.
Promiscuous. I'm gonna call her a whore from now on.
Ew, bro. What's wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with being loose. It's just it is a little bit interesting for a sheriff to be that, though.
Sleeping with
that seems like that could cause issues. It has in 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But it shows up there, the geologist. Apparently, the site where all this crazy shit went down has been known to be weird because there's a microbe or something they found in the permafrost. They're trying to get its DNA, sequence its genome to possibly end cell decay. Which, if you're able to stop the cells from decaying, you could stop a body from decaying. You basically could end death. So already there's some weird shit happening, but they're not your average scientists. And then there's some shell company funding them that no one knows. And then one of them was insane. For whatever reason, incredibly insane, but everyone put up with them for some reason.
Yeah.
And then we come to find out...
Oh, yeah, that's just our insane guy. We need him.
Has seizures and shit and whatever. And we finally got the video. They used one of the dead bodies to open up the phone with his Face ID. And it worked too well. Because you saw his face, he had hair that was frozen to his face. He had long hair and it was frozen to his face. And his eyes were all fucked up and whatever. And that Face ID opened up like that. I'm like, there's no way in hell.
Yeah.
You have a smudge on your phone screen and a little bit too much and it won't open. There's no way in hell. But it opened up and they got all these pictures and shit. And then they found out where that crazy dude was living. In a trailer he bought because apparently he was keeping his relationship with the girl who got murdered.
Yeah.
Because there was a girl who was murdered a few years ago. And she had the tattoo from season 1 on her. And then she was murdered in a similar fashion. And then it turns out this guy has a tattoo on him that he got 4 days after she was murdered. So they're like, well, he must have got... Because all the other miners and stuff... Well, everyone else on the... Not miners. He wasn't a miner. He was one of the scientists. All the scientists live there on base.
Yeah.
Like, they live there. They don't have anywhere else to live. And it's a pretty fucking nice place, to be fair.
Yeah.
And, but he bought a trailer and put it somewhere to keep it secret. Because apparently he was keeping his relationship with this woman a secret. So then they find it, they open it up, they get in there, and find the creepiest shit you have ever seen in your life. Bones. Multiple animal bones, lots of yarn strung up every place. Reminded me of that woman's house in 30 Coins. All the yarn.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, what's behind here where he sleeps? Oh, it is a doll he has made. A full body-sized doll of that girl. Of Annie, I believe is her name.
Was it the girl?
Who else would it have been, Scarlett?
I don't know, I thought it was
just his weird sex doll?
Probably.
And baby doll that he also made with it?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it have been his girlfriend that got murdered? Wouldn't that make more sense for the crazy guy?
Yeah. And then, okay,
But the baby part. Because she didn't have a baby. Whose baby was that? Was she pregnant? She was stabbed a bunch of times in the abdomen.
Yeah.
That's my thinking, is she was pregnant, nobody knew. Before she got murdered. And then they found out that the tongue was hers. It's a DNA match.
Mm-hmm. Also...
And he wasn't in the ice cube when it melted. He's still alive somewhere.
Well, I want to add in the fact that the housekeeper, they interviewed a housekeeper who was, like, cleaning the base and everything. And she was like, oh, yeah, that guy cries a lot. Like, he cries a lot, he goes crazy, and the other guys just, like, ignore him.
He must be really good at his job.
No, as somebody who had, like, whenever I would have really bad PTSD episodes and psychosis episodes, I would cry. And my family would just, like, leave me alone. Like, they would, like, just, like, look at me and then walk away. So I'm like, same. Bruh, I literally know that experience of feeling that. And I'm like, oh, it's horrible because it's like, it feels like everybody's so tired of your mental illness. Even though they're the ones who caused it. And they just don't want to...
We don't know if the science people caused it.
Well, no, but, like...
It's not compared to them to your terrible family.
I just wanted to throw that in there, because I'm like... when she said that, I didn't connect the dots at first, but then once we found the trailer...
You find a psychotic trailer?
Yeah, and the weird shrine that he has of her. Like, he has, like, pictures and stuff on the wall. And
where the shrine that was above the... Oh, yeah. Why would he have a random doll next to the shrine of the woman? There's another one. Let's connect some dots there.
Yeah.
You're a terrible detective. No wonder the killer hasn't been found yet.
I don't know. It's just... like, I just know that experience of, like, everybody just kind of being like, oh, yeah, your mental illness, your mental problems are just normal. That's fine.
Well, to be fair, if my girlfriend had been murdered in that way, I might be a little fucked up, too. That was not a fun body we saw.
Yeah, because she was killed in a very brutal way.
Very brutal. Had her tongue cut out and all kinds of stuff. Now, why did he have her tongue?
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
Well, I guess we don't know if he had it. We just know it was there.
Oh, at the compound?
Yeah. We just don't... Somebody had it. Somebody left it. I don't know. I don't feel that guy would leave a tongue. I think he's the type of dude that would hold on to it.
Yeah. He'd put it in a jar or something.
But, like...
My theory is...
Then the whole she's awake thing. I still wouldn't know how that one dude's alive.
Maybe he was doing some culty stuff and trying to resurrect her.
Well, remember that microbe that they're studying, if they could figure it out, it can end cell decay.
Yeah.
We could be dealing with a thing scenario here.
Yeah. Oh, God, that would be horrible. Something pretending to be human.
We know without a doubt that there's supernatural shit happening in this season.
Humans. Ugh.
I just want to know how the symbol connects. Why did that girl... Because the reason he got a tattoo is originally it was on her. It was a tattoo she just had. Why did she have the tattoo? And then the tattoo was scribbled on that one dude's head, one of the dead guys.
Yeah. I thought it was cut in
How
his
does
head.
the cult from season 1 tie into this?
Spooky.
I swear if it's just they don't at all, it's just they used it to fuck with us, I'm gonna be very upset. But like, it's in Alaska. What other guy was in Alaska and talked about doing some shady shit? He didn't like it and working on fishing boats.
Matthew McConaughey.
I'm telling you, he's gonna show up and have like a big beard and shit.
He's so sexy.
Well, I doubt he stopped investigating it because they only stopped part of it. Only a few of those people stopped. They stopped the main killer. But it was a bigger rich people deal. But like, man, if Matthew McConaughey shows up in like episode 7 or something, I'm gonna be so excited. But if he doesn't, I'm gonna be very disappointed because I'm getting some Matthew vibes. Because I feel him and Liz could go a few rounds.
Oh.
Well, no, she's always telling people to fuck off and stuff like that, and it's like, what's the right question? What's the right question? And I want him to show up and her say something and be like, that's not the right question. And then her just look at him and be like, yeah, because Matthew's about to say some crazy shit. Let's go.
Yeah.
The question's not why, it's the how.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I think the Shine thing is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, I don't think it was there to not be creepy.
I mean, I don't know
Who's
if it's...
fucking Dad, the baby thing is the scariest part about that shrine. It's this weird shrine baby.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that he possibly is dealing with some culty stuff. She's still around.
Well,
somehow.
There was some culty shit in that fucking... What if that's who they're talking about? Said she's awake.
Yeah.
What if they're
She's
talking
awake,
about her?
She's here. Yeah, maybe he resurrected her and she's like, okay, I'm here and now is doing
Someone went back in there and wrote on the whiteboard we're all dead.
Yeah.
We have a possible murderer. Oh yeah, and the bodies were all fucked up. Burned, and their eardrums were busted, and they were biting on themselves.
Yeah.
Some of that can be explained by the cold, but like, the terrified looks on their faces like they were flash frozen is what's getting me. You don't freeze that fast. And the way hypothermia works, especially if they were going through the stages, they
were also all naked.
You don't die like that. Well, that's hypothermia. It's
But their clothes were all like folded up and nice.
So sometimes that can happen where there are people who take the clothes off and they fold them up. It all depends on their personality.
Yeah.
If someone who doesn't care about folding shit, then whatever. To someone like you, they're probably going to fold them up all neat. But the clothes were weird to begin with.
Fold them like
That's why they
times.
think somebody else folded them.
Yeah.
Because the clothes were weird. Only some of them had shoes.
Mm-hmm. And then
we watched the video because he had that dude's phone had a recording of his FaceTime that he was doing. Which they got lucky on that, I guess.
I thought it was like a TikTok thing. Like he was.
I thought he was talking to people. I thought because he was speaking a different language. I thought he was talking to his family. Because he was showing off the sandwich that he made. Anyway, It was recorded, and you see that dude have that seizure, and then say she's awake, and then
it blocks out.
The phone fucks up when it happens. So obviously there was some sort of event that happened that also knocked out the phone, and then we got the water turning black. So something's happening in this town. And then you got that one weird woman that's like, Ennis is like where the seam of the earth is and the fabric is tearing or something. I don't know. Apparently Ennis ain't a great place to be. Stay away from Ennis, Alaska. Not a great place. And then Jodie Foster fucked the captain so she could keep the case.
Yep. I mean, that's one way to keep it.
Then he threatened her and she got mad and left.
Yeah.
They had the worst pillow talk ever. They just sat there and argued. Reminds me. But like, it's a very weird. This episode's. Man, I can't wait for season 3. If this follows the whole like what True Detective has done, their little formula, season 5's gonna have something insane happen.
Yeah.
I mean, not season 5. Episode 5's gonna have something insane happen because even in the terrible season 2, episode 5 had the shootout. That episode-long shootout they had. Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool. And then in season 1 they had the where he goes undercover and does whatever the hell they do in Beaumont.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly. I think they were trying to open some safe and it goes sideways and they have to get that guy and it's all that long take, that single take.
Yeah, where they run through the houses.
Mm-hmm.
That one is so crazy.
I don't know if they did anything like that in season 3. We haven't watched it yet. We'll get there. But like, if they follow that formula, what the fuck are they going to do in Alaska? What's going to happen? It's going to be spooky shit. Because these episodes just keep getting spookier and spookier.
My thing is, where is that guy that's supposed to be frozen? But he's not there.
Well, he's not in the Corpsesicle, so he's somewhere else.
But he's the one who owns the trailer thing, right?
Yeah, he's the dude that was shaken, having the seizure, and had said she's
okay,
awake.
that's the same guy, right?
Same guy.
So he knows what's up. We need to find him.
That's what they're trying to do.
I know.
We'll see in season 3. I mean, episode 3. I keep saying season. Episode 3, we'll find out.
Yeah.
I hope. I don't know.
Because I'm thinking...
Or we're going to talk to that one dude who's alive.
Oh, yeah, there's a guy in a coma.
I can't figure out how he's alive. That is just insane.
I mean,
I'd scream too if someone ripped my arm off.
Yeah. It is, it's spooky. I don't like it. Also...
You don't like it? Shut up, you love this show.
Well...
Always asking me.
Yeah.
We want you to do. We gonna want you to do. We gonna do please.
Mm-hmm. But it is so good so far. I like the backdrop.
Too many lesbians. I don't like it.
What? There's not enough lesbians.
See, that's what I wanted you to say.
There's only the teenagers.
Yeah, but there's like 2 people in town, so too many lesbians.
But,
so I don't want to see minor lesbians.
Yeah. I was about to say, I kind of
sending each other nudes. That was weird.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see that.
I was like, ew.
Go back to the Corpsesicle.
I was afraid that it was gonna be turn out to be Shameless. Have you ever watched Shameless?
No. I'm not talking about Shameless.
I know, because I hate that show for that reason. Everybody's topless. Doesn't matter if you're overage or underage. Everybody's topless, and I hate it. I'm like, this has gotta be
the actors
illegal.
are overage.
I know.
They legally have to be.
I know. It's just, I don't like it. Ugh. Anyways. Sidebar. But, yeah. But I'm...
legally. Like hardcore legally, they have to be of age. Or you will go to prison. They will not.
I wanted, what's her name? The cop.
Which
and
one?
Her ex,
partner
to be like
Inuit?
a will they won't they type thing.
I thought that's what it was going to be at first, but then it turns out, no.
Yeah, I thought
Jodie
were
Foster
exes.
okay. I keep saying that. I need to look it up. I thought she said that she was, or at least is with a woman now, but maybe she's not. Because it was a legend, or for the longest time that she was a lesbian. But bisexual, whatever. I thought she was with the woman at the moment, so I thought it was gonna be like you get Jodie Foster in, you do this story, whatever. But no, she's fucking every dude in town.
Yeah, we haven't seen her fuck a girl. We need her to do
that. Maybe she does. Maybe she swings all the ways. But But so far, she only likes fucking very problematic men that get her in trouble.
Yeah.
It's so weird. There's a lot of conflict of interest there.
Self-harm problems.
Her and her daughter do not seem to have a very trusting relationship either.
Yeah.
Her daughter she does the exact same stuff her daughter does too, is sneak off to go have random sex. Her daughter did the exact same thing.
Oh yeah.
They didn't even realize they did it back to back too.
Yeah, it's like, bro, if I were a parent, I'd be like, tell me where you are at all times, please, because there's a murderer going on. I don't care if you're at a girlfriend's house.
We're an ice monster. Now listen. You get this through your thick head. There is an ice monster out there.
Still, same thing. I don't care.
Also polar bears, apparently.
Yeah.
So we need to stop with this whole sneaking around. I'll drive you. Otherwise, the polar bear gonna eat you. And there's nothing we can do about that.
I don't care if you
Or the ice monster. Because there's an ice monster out there.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I'd be like, I don't care if you're at your girlfriend's. I don't care if you're getting the tattoo thing.
Also, there was where did they hook up? That wasn't their girlfriend's place. It was some weird shop they just showed up to.
Yeah, it was like a weird abandoned shop.
I don't know. It wasn't abandoned. Their lights were on.
It was weird.
There's like 4 buildings in this town.
Yeah.
Reminds me where I grew up. Just a lot more snow. But, like, I don't know. I don't know. Everyone seems to be taking the ice monster thing a little bit. Oh. A bunch of people are dead, and everyone seems to be okay.
Well, it's Alaska. I feel like a lot of spooky stuff happens.
It just happens.
Yeah.
No, not the another Corpsesicle. What?
Yeah. Like, it's just random.
Used the fucking. Oh, it was great when they used the ice rink.
Yeah, that's terrifying and also biohazard, but
You gotta put it somewhere.
yeah.
You have to do it so you get the evidence.
I'm sure they'll have to clean that place afterwards.
No shit. Well, maybe they won't. I don't know.
But that's so scary. Like, I would hate having that job, sitting there and having to watch the corpses because they started moving.
Does he have a shift? Like, he seemed to have been doing that for like 16 hours. Like, what is?
Yeah.
Does his shift end?
Also, nobody like brought him food or anything.
He has a kid and a wife. Does he get to go home?
Yeah, but like at one point the body started moving because I guess gravity was doing it.
Yeah, it was just
like it was just gravity. I thought it was like they were coming back alive or something.
He can get up. He gonna get out.
Ugh, I hated it. I was like, they were like moving and stuff because they were melting, and they were counting all the bodies and stuff. They're like, oh, that one guy's missing, but I was like, I'd hate it because it was also dark except for the lights surrounding the bodies, which is also probably a problem.
You can't heat up the room above a certain temperature.
Yeah.
Lights are hot.
Yeah. I guess. But it's just like,
Well, anyway, now that we've done the official, unofficial podcast.
Yeah.
Apparently there is an official podcast you can listen to. Don't do that. Listen to ours instead. That's be shit talk. True Tech Night Country. How awesome it is.
Yeah.
Now we get to go back and watch X-Files.
They should sponsor us. X-Files was weird.
Weird? I mean, was. X-Files is weird.
That one episode that we watched with the little girls.
Oh, the murder?
Yeah, it was like supposed to be vampires at first, but then it was like...
No, it was not supposed to be. They made us... They fucking, they cock-blocked us, or they blue-balled us with vampires.
That doesn't make sense to me, because, like, the dad, he had... Okay, so he was poisoned by the little girls, right? Both the dads were. But they had puncture wounds in their necks, and their blood was drained, like, completely, right?
Yeah, they did it to make it look like somebody else. But that is not True Detective. So
I don't care.
We don't get to talk about that.
We'll
talk about that on the X-Files episode.
We need vampires on the moon.
What?
I would love to see a movie about that.
Vampires on the moon.
Yeah.
There's no blood on the moon.
Not anymore.
There's no vampires on the moon.